Let's jump right into this explainer. The internet we're all using right now, it's undergoing this massive, completely hidden structural transformation right beneath our fingertips. We're talking a major shift from rigid, passive delivery into a highly dynamic, interactive ecosystem. If you track digital media architecture at all, you know the heat is on, and frankly, legacy networks simply cannot keep up with modern demand anymore.
So, here's our roadmap. We're going to hit the streaming crisis, break down the new experience stack, look at AI at the edge, dive into the interactive CDN ecosystem, and finish up with a look inside NETSTAIRS AI CDN.
Part 1, the streaming infrastructure crisis. Our current legacy systems are seriously at risk.
Live streaming is just absolutely exploding right now. We're rocketing from a $135 billion industry today toward a projected $1.2 trillion market by 2033. To put that into perspective, that means national-scale live events with millions of concurrent viewers are going to be the everyday baseline, not some rare exception. Think about the last massive live concert or playoff game you streamed. If the underlying plumbing isn't built for those unprecedented audience peaks, the whole system literally crumbles.
The old, reactive way of moving files is totally failing us. Traditional content delivery networks rely way too heavily on centralized origin servers. It's kind of like having one single massive highway trying to handle rush hour traffic for an entire country. Naturally, it's incredibly prone to crippling bottlenecks and severe latency. But the modern CDN architecture flips the script entirely. It leverages distributed hybrid edge networks. Instead of one jam-packed highway, you're building a vast web of thousands of local expressways. This massive, decentralized scalability is absolutely non-negotiable if you want to kill latency and fend off operational threats like piracy that just drain your network capacity.
Moving on to part 2, introducing the experience stack. Because to survive this surge, we literally need a fundamental rebuild. The fix here is a brilliantly engineered 3-layer architecture called the experience stack. This completely moves us past static delivery and lays down a rock-solid foundation for real-time engagement. At the very bottom, you've got Layer 1, the architectural foundation living at the network edge. Then you stack on Layer 2, which is your intelligence layer, entirely powered by AI. And topping it all off is Layer 3, the application layer. This is where the highly interactive CDN ecosystem actually lives and breathes.
That brings us to Section 3. Let's look closely at AI and the network edge, pushing computation physically closer to the user.
Check this out. By 2025, a staggering 75% of all enterprise data will be processed outside the cloud, right at the network's periphery. Think of it like putting a fully equipped local kitchen in every single neighborhood, rather than trying to deliver hot food from one massive centralized factory 3 states away. Edge computing is now a basic necessity for real-time streaming. You simply can't hit ultra-low latency if every single packet of data has to travel back to a central cloud server before hitting your screen. It's just physics.
Now, resting right on top of that edge foundation is Layer 2. This intelligence layer leverages advanced machine learning to turn the whole network from a reactive wait-and-see system into a predictive powerhouse. It's constantly analyzing traffic in real time, literally anticipating and loading content before you even click. It dynamically routes around congestion, balances video bit rates to kill buffering, and acts like an ever-present security detail to instantly spot and block things like DDoS attacks or piracy attempts.
And this approach is heavily driven by specialized long short-term memory neural networks. These are incredibly smart predictive engines that anticipate what the network needs long before a bottleneck actually forms. In simulations, this predictive intelligence pushed quality of experience scores up by 7 to 27% compared to traditional delivery algorithms. A 27% boost is massive. That is literally the difference between a frustrated viewer bailing because of buffering and a hyped fan locked into a flawless, crystal-clear broadcast.
Let's roll into Section 4, the interactive CDN ecosystem, where we go way beyond passive viewing.
It's pretty simple. Passive delivery is dead. Modern audiences demand to be part of the action. When you inject live stats, gamification, and collaborative tools right alongside the video player, engagement absolutely skyrockets. We're seeing total minutes watched jump by up to 50%, and anywhere from 50 to 80% of the audience actually actively using those interactive tools. It rewires the whole psychology. You're no longer just a spectator, you're an active participant.
That's the magic of the interactive CDN, or CDN. It transforms a standard broadcast into a living, breathing digital world.
Users are no longer just staring at a flat, static rectangle. They're exploring immersive 3D metaverse spaces, chatting on integrated social networks, and collaborating in real time, all while that pristine live broadcast runs flawlessly right there in the same window. It perfectly blends the broadcast with community building, creating a super sticky environment people actually want to hang out in.
Section 5. Inside NETSTAIRS AI CDN. Let's look at how we're actually deploying this tech in the real world today. This brings us to the NETSTAIRS AI CDN platform. And let me be clear, this was not some quick software patch slapped onto a dying legacy network. This platform was built from absolute zero ground over 4 intense years of development. It was engineered specifically to take on these incredibly heavy modern workloads and tightly integrate advanced data clean rooms from day one. It's exactly what a purpose-built next-gen delivery pipeline looks like.
One of the smartest engineering choices here was making the architecture totally codec agnostic. In plain English, that means no vendor lock-in. You aren't handcuffed to one specific software suite or player. The system natively supports a huge variety of streaming protocols and codecs. This essentially future-proofs the whole setup, so as video technology inevitably shifts and evolves over the next decade, your infrastructure just adapts effortlessly without missing a beat. When you get inside the platform, the granular control is just fantastic. Event producers get highly customizable viewing rooms managed by precise, down-to-the-minute resource scheduling. You can set strict, specific lifespans so the room only exists for the exact duration of the broadcast and then lock it down tight with group email access controls. Plus, you can effortlessly pull in multiple sources simultaneously. You want a mesh feed alongside an SFU setup and a Zoom call, it handles the whole shebang seamlessly. The integration support is equally massive, tapping right into cutting-edge metaverses and WebGL. But honestly, the best part is that creators don't have to wrestle with custom code. You can literally just drop interactive widgets, real-time social feeds, and third-party SaaS integrations right into your room's sidebar with a couple of clicks. It's highly replicable, incredibly flexible, and actually user-friendly for the people running the show.
And it goes beyond just pushing video. Clients also receive structured storage quotas to securely manage all their digital assets. We're talking event documents, custom landing pages, graphical assets, all kept organized within secure data clean rooms. Administrators get total centralized oversight of everything tied to their plan right alongside the stream itself. It keeps the entire ecosystem incredibly tidy.
But obviously, the ultimate test is a real-world deployment. Take European athletics. When they leveraged this exact architecture for broadcast-grade interactive streaming, they successfully delivered to a mind-blowing audience of 500 million people. They launched the world's first interactive multi-view sports stream, and thanks to that engagement-first design, they spiked their overall viewership by 20%. The tech didn't just passively host the event, it actively grew the audience.
Which really leaves us with this final question to chew on. Take a hard look at your own architecture right now. Is your delivery infrastructure just another IT cost center draining the budget? Or is it a self-funding growth machine? Because at the end of the day, the experience stack isn't just about managing servers, it's about giving you the tools to actively create the highly engaging, highly profitable digital moments of tomorrow. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Hope it gave you a clear picture of exactly where digital delivery is heading next.